When I was 21, I quit my part-time job to become a full-time entrepreneur. On this episode of the Bootstrap Biz Device Show, I'm going to tell you 10 things I wish I knew before I started my first business. Let's hop in. I'm LaShonda, founder of About 90 Marketing and host of the Bootstrap Biz Device Show, where I teach you how to grow your biz without breaking the bank. It has been years since I have shown my face on my YouTube channel, so for those of you who have been watching my Canva tutorials, Squarespace tutorials, or maybe even Flodesk tutorials, I just want to say, hello, I'm a real person. This is the person behind those videos. I started About 90 live on Periscope, which is a live streaming platform. And when I got on there, I told my audience, I am officially publishing my website. I am open for business. It was New Year's Day and my husband and I couldn't sleep, so we drove from Virginia to Pennsylvania. And by the time we finished that drive, I had money in my PayPal account. I didn't have my charger for my laptop, so I had to borrow my sister-in-law's computer. But while I was in Pennsylvania, every single day, money appeared in my PayPal account, and I was able to use that to completely pay for my trip. And that is when I understood the power of online marketing. Prior to that, my husband and I had done everything face-to-face, and so I really didn't invest very much into social media platforms. But here I am, years later, understanding that this is an incredible way to connect with your target market. So maybe I can't do as many consulting sessions as I did when I started About 90, but what I can do is pour into you guys. So if you want to support this channel, I am not charging you for my business advice. All I ask for you to do is to like my videos, subscribe, and comment on them as well. When you comment on YouTube, you tell YouTube, this is valuable content. You need to show this to more people. And what I'm going to do, because I am an Enneagram 2, is I'm going to give away something every single video to someone who has commented on my videos. We're going to start with something super practical to help you take your designs to the next level. But as time goes along, I'm going to throw in some really cool random things that I love, books I love, tools I love, so that you can really grow your biz without breaking the bank. So I will share with you later in the video what I'm giving away today, and I promise you, you will want to stick with me. So let's get started with number one. The number one thing I wish someone had told me before I started my first business is you will spend the majority of your time not doing your business. And what I mean by that is a lot of us start our businesses because we have a skill set. We want to share our gifts with an audience and charge them for it. For my husband, it was video production. For me, it was web design. But all of a sudden, I realized I was doing HR and accounting and marketing and cleaning up, janitorial work, whatever was necessary to keep things going. And so it's important when you start your business that you understand that even though you have a marketable skill set, there are a lot of things that you are going to need to do that have nothing to do with your skill set. And so that's when you hire a professional. You hire on a CPA or a bookkeeper. You bring on someone to do your graphic design work for you. Or maybe you have someone do sales for your business just so that you can focus on what you're good at. So just realize from the beginning, you're gonna be doing a lot of things that have absolutely nothing to do with your skill set, and that's okay. That's business. Number two is you must be willing to evolve or you're going to die. One of the best examples I have to support this is the company Kodak. Kodak was really famous for their film cameras, and people said that they were the leader in that industry. But when things started to shift digitally, they got left behind. They took forever to evolve, and eventually they went to being number one to going out of business simply because they didn't evolve fast enough. It's okay if your business takes different forms as time goes along. Like I said, when About 90 started, I was selling 90-minute consultations, and I realized I could not do enough consultations to go where I wanted to go in my business. And so I honed in on my skill set and I began to focus on Squarespace web design. I did not go out of business and start a new business to do websites. I just evolved. And that's what you have to do in order to stay competitive as an entrepreneur. The longer you stay in business, the less marketable you will be to become an employee. You'll begin to notice that entrepreneurs never really go out of business. They just change what they're selling. And that's something that you've got to get used to. Number 3 is the biggest reason that startups fail is insufficient capital. So make sure that you have enough money going into your big idea before you quit your 9 to 5. I'll be honest with you, my husband and I quit our jobs and really didn't have a financial plan of how to back it up. And we were able to survive, but that is not the norm. Most businesses fail within the first 5 years. So make sure that you have money set aside when you start a business, because more than likely you're not going to get a client on day one, and that way you can sustain yourself while you're building up your book of business. Number 4 is prepare to be exhausted. I don't know about you, but I'm actually an introvert. So talking to people over and over and over again, while it's a really effective way to share your business, is exhausting. So if you walk into entrepreneurship knowing that you will probably be exhausted, you can be super intentional with how you pace yourself by scheduling networking events. I tell people all the time, you can network yourself out of business if you schedule too many events that you don't have time to do the work that you're promoting. So make sure that you pace yourself. You know from the beginning, this is gonna be tough, this is going to drain you, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. Number 5 is define your brand before someone else defines it for you. I remember overhearing someone talk about my very first business, and they said, oh yeah, those are the cheap guys, those guys are the fast guys. And those are not terms that I would want people to use to describe what it is that I sell. So if you don't have a very clear definition for your business from the beginning, you're way more likely to have word of mouth work against you. So say for instance, if you were to ask me, what does About 90 do? I would say I help small businesses and nonprofits present themselves in a professional way online through a Squarespace website in just 90 days or less. Pretty simple. Now you have a message that you can repeat to somebody else when you're trying to refer my business, and I am controlling the word of mouth by defining what it is that I do instead of letting someone else tell my story for me. And now for a commercial break. We're gonna take a quick minute to participate in the Bootstrap chat question. What I want you all to do in the comments below is to let me know, if you started a business tomorrow, what problem would your business solve? And if you already have a business, let me know what problem you are solving right now. I am going to choose one comment to win a $20 Canva credit so that you can use it to word photos or premium elements on Canva to take your designs to the next level. I'll announce the winner in the next video, so make sure between now and then you comment below and let me know how you are solving problems for your customers. Back to our tips. Do not grow too fast, too soon. Resist the urge to do it all and focus on doing the small things well. It is so much fun to roll out something new and to tell your friends and family about new product offerings and new expansions. But here's the deal. Business, successful business, is about what is left over after your expenses. So if you spend all your money on trying to impress people that there is nothing left, that is an unsuccessful business. So here's the deal. I wish someone had told me that. I thought I needed to have an office to prove to people that I had a professional business. But my clients are still to this day asking me to go on location. They don't care where I edit videos. They don't care where I design a website. All they care about is the product. So if your customers aren't justifying that cost, there's no need to be ashamed about keeping your expenses low, because that means high profit margin and high success. I wish someone had told me that a long time ago, but here is that information just for you. So here's my advice for those of you who have a 9 to 5. Be careful about putting in your 2 weeks notice. What you need to do is to run your business as a side hustle until it is seriously getting in the way of your 9 to 5. If you start talking about it with your coworkers, if you mention it before you're ready to make that transition, you may put yourself out of a stable job by talking too soon. So do yourself a favor, keep it to yourself, keep it in your inner circle. When you're ready, when your side hustle can replace the income you have now, then make the leap, do your 2 weeks notice. Try not to do it too soon, because you may find yourself putting more pressure on your new business than it really deserves if you leave too early. So be careful about when you put in your 2 weeks notice. Getting subscription happy is something that entrepreneurs do all the time, and it's especially a big deal now that everything is cloud-based. You can't pay for anything outright anymore. Everyone wants you to pay a monthly fee. But what I want to tell you is this: do not subscribe to everything when you start your business. Try to find tools that do multiple things so that you can eliminate some of those subscriptions and keep your expenses down. One of the tools that I would highly recommend is HoneyBook, because HoneyBook can take care of your contracts, it can take care of your invoices, it can automate some workflows within your business. And so instead of you paying for 4 different websites, you can just pay HoneyBook and take care of all of that. I'm gonna drop a link for them in the description so that you can just do a free trial. Free trials are important to do when you're an entrepreneur. Try out the resources, take the time to see if it is a good fit for you before you just subscribe. Okay, the next one is gonna sound really crazy to you as a web designer. It makes no sense at face value, but I'm telling you, it is ultimately what's best for everybody. I believe that entrepreneurs should build their first website. I'm not even saying that you're gonna post this website, but the process of walking through a homepage, an about page, a service page, a contact page helps you to visualize what your business actually is, especially if what you're doing is something digital. If you are a creative professional, maybe there's not a tangible thing that you hand to your customers, but if you build your website, it's gonna force you to think critically. And then when you go to hire someone like me, you can say, hey, look, I hate the way this looks, but this is how my business works. And it gives everyone a framework for what you're trying to accomplish, thus making your first website even better. If you were to come to me right now and just say, hey, I am a fill in the blank, can you build me a website? Possibilities are endless. And so like I said, you are helping me help you when you stumble through that first website. So you can go onto Squarespace and you can create a free trial for 2 weeks. Poke around, see what you can come up with. And then if you come to me with that, then I have a better understanding of what you need and I can help you level up. That is why I like to say I specialize in about 90 makeovers, because I love a good before and after. I want to take what you have and turn it into something professional that helps you make money while you sleep. The last piece of advice that I would like to leave you before I go is to tell you to not binge watch tutorials with no application. I love that you guys watch my channel. I love that you save it and you share it with your friends, but the reality is if you don't do anything with this information, you're not helping anyone. It's not helping you. It's sort of helping me, but it's not helping you, and I care about your success. So here's the deal. Pace yourself. Maybe watch a new tutorial every month, or watch a tutorial, implement it, and then binge more content. But what I did was information overload. When I started my business About 90, I was pulling in podcasts, I was pulling in webinars, I was reading books, I was reading blogs, and before you knew it, I was crippled under the weight of all that information. And I don't want you to be crippled, I want you to be empowered. So please do yourself a favor and do not binge tutorials without applying the information. Okay? Can you do that? I hope this video was useful. I hope it's not too much trouble for me to edit. So here is me talking to future self. I'm sorry if this is a nightmare to edit. However, I'm really excited that I'm sharing my face with you. I'm sharing my personality with you. And I am starting to actually drop bootstrap biz advice for my people. So yes, my tutorials are awesome. They're gonna help you with specific problems, but every single week I wanna hop on here and I wanna share some of the information that I typically would share in person or I would share in a consulting session so that you can grow your business and become more successful. All I require of you is that you like my videos, you subscribe, and you comment below to let YouTube know that this information is valuable and we're good to go. I may not even start a Patreon because hey, between the two of us, we're gonna make this channel grow. So if you can do me a favor and participate in the Bootstrap chat below, that would be awesome. I also have a VIP vault, which is my epic resource library filled with cheat sheets, tutorials, checklists, and even some stock photos for free. That link is in the description. Just go to LaShondaBrown.com. Until next time, ta-ta for now. Hope you enjoyed it. This was fun.